Russia was founded by King Rurik of the Rus, the ruler of Novgorod. Russia is famous for their culture. Tchaikovsky and Tolstoy are among the well-known writers and artists in the world. Russia is a country located in northeastern Europe and the northern Asia. The color of Russia's flag consists of blue, white and red in horizontal stripes and will be seen on the street in Russia on 22 August as they are celebrating their country. The form of government is a federal multi-party republic with a bicameral legislative body. It is a federal assembly consisting of Federation Council and the State Duma, which have 170 members and 450 members each. The current president of Russia is Vladimir Putin and the prime minister is Mikhail Mishustin. The monetary unit that had been used is ruble, and currently the current exchange rate is 1 USD equal to 73.609 Russian. As we all know, Russia was under the Soviet until the late 1980s. On 12 June 1990s, Russia declared itself as the Russian Federation, an independent and sovereign country, and a year after that, Boris Yeltsin became the country's first president. The form of constitution of Russia had 85 equal regions, as Russia is a federal country. Moreover, the governance system of this country is a semi-presidential republic, where the president has the biggest and the highest authority. The president has the authority to appoint the prime minister, key judges, and the cabinet members. The president has a term of service for 6 years before the next election occurs. The Russian parliament consists of the Federation Council, which is an upper house that represents Russia's administrative division, has 170 members, and the State Duma, which is a lower house that have 450 deputies. Civil law system being applied by the Russian Federation. This law had codified law, which includes the civil code and the criminal code, and other laws which include other relevant codes. International law is also being recognized in this country. However, it will not be used if it violates the domestic law, as it is the supreme judicial force in.
Demographic data refers to statistically expressed socio-economic statistics, including employment, wages, schooling, rates of marriage, rates of birth and death, and more variables. Demographic data refers to statistically expressed socio-economic statistics, including employment, schooling, wages, rates of marriage, rates of birth and death, and also more variables. In terms of population, during the first decade of 20th century, the Russian economy grew strongly, and the Russian population saw a small but significant increase in 2009. The rise was reported to be between 15,000 to 25,000 individuals and was attributed to a decreasing death rate and increasing migration. In terms of ethnics, nearly 81% of Russian citizens identify themselves as ethnic Russians, and other largest ethnic groups are also present. 3.9% of Russians are Tatars, 1.4% are Ukrainians, 1.2% Bashkirs, 1.1% Chuvash, and 1.0% are Chechens. In terms of religion, there is no official religious census data, but a survey found that 41% of Russians are Russian Orthodox Christian, 13% were non-religious, 6.5% were Muslim, and 5.5% were undecided. In terms of gender ratio, at birth, there are 1.06 male over female. For children under 15 years old, there are 1.05 male over female. 15 under 64 years old, there are 0.4 male over female. For 65 years old and above, there are 0.46 male over female. Meanwhile, the total population are 0.86 male over female.
Population in Russia is only 145,965,801 people. Russia population had contributed about 1.87% of the world population. Moreover, Russia is listed in 9th place in the list of countries and dependencies by population in 2020. Most of the population in Russia is located in their capital city, Moscow, which is around 10,381,222 residents, while the least residents is at Taganrog with only 279,056 people. The population in Russia is increasing from 2015 until 2020. However, the number increased in small changes and it predicted to start decrease in their future. It may drop from 145 million to 121 million in the future. It may caused by the high death rate that caused by alcoholism, HIV, or poor health care by the community. Russia's main industry is oil and gas industry, and because of that, it being recognized as energy superpower country. Russia is the third country that produces the largest oil in the world after US and Saudi Arabia. West Siberia and Volga Ural oil gas and province is where the industry focuses at. In 2019, Russia had been the second largest oil exporting region to the worldwide. Russia had around 107.2 billion barrels of proven oil reserve that lead to 6.3% of world total contribution. Also, Russia able managed to produce 11.5 million barrels for their daily production. The daily oil refinery capacity can accommodate to 6.7 million barrels, and the value of crude oil export by Russia can reach to 121.4 billion USD. There are several companies in Russia that are known for their oil producer company. They are Rosneft, Gazprom, and Lukoil.
Hi, I am going to present for Arte Industry and Resources. First and foremost, by land mass, Russia is the world's largest country, reforming to become an independent nation with the fall of Soviet nation in 1991. Russia's GDP is mainly made up of three related industries, including the agricultural, industrial, and service industry. The agricultural sector, which includes forestry, hunting, fishing, agriculture, and cultivation of livestock, is limited and accounts for about 5% of GDP. In the meantime, the manufacturing sector in Russia has been more or less steady, averaging about 35% of GDP over the years. Finally, the service industry contributes almost 62% to Russia's GDP. Furthermore, Russia's resources are not just oil and gas, despite also has significant deposits of metals and minerals, timber supplies, and vast amount of land. Russia ranks number 3 in arable land supplies and still rising in world rankings for agricultural producers. That's all for me. Thank you.